Finally, the perfect compact travel video light. Look how tiny this thing is. Look at that. Well, Godox has done it. I have been waiting for this for years. As you know, I love the Godox AD100 flash because of its tiny size and its power and its shape, and I can fit a couple of them in my little tiny bag. Small, portable, compact travel stuff, that's my world. The thing that was always missing was a video light. This is a flash. And this is the perfect size. I always wanted a video light. You know, the can shape is great, the size, the weight, everything. They had an ML60 Godox, which I like. I love the shape. I love the yellow knobs and everything, the can size. The problem is this crap. In order to make this work, you need all this. And it's not really portable. I mean, you can put like an NP plate on there, but then that's a big bulky thing. So this was what frustrated me. And yeah, I had some other ones. I didn't like the Zhiyun X100 with the stupid battery on the side and all that. It's just clunky and weird, and I wanted this. And hallelujah, they finally came out with the little portable can-shaped video light that I've been asking for. The Godox MS60 and RS60 video lights. The same size as an AD100 flash, which is the size of a soda can. The MS version is the fancier one. The RS version is the more affordable version. They come in both bicolor and RGB. Both models support a DMX512, RDM, and Bluetooth app control. The main difference between them is that the MS series comes with a built-in Lumen Radio CRMX technology, which allows for seamless integration into complex lighting setups requiring advanced wireless control, which you guys will probably never need. I would say get the cheaper one if you're just a normal YouTuber with not a lot of money. They both put out the same amount of light, same quality and everything. There's a few more lighting modes in this one, which you'll probably never need, but they both do the same thing. So anyway, here's how it works. Let's just get right to the fun stuff here. As you can see, it's the same size as a, with the battery, it's a little bigger than a AD100, but that's the cool thing. This has a battery, nothing on the front. But if you take the battery off, it's even smaller. This is the actual thing right here. That's it. On the front goes what's called a lens reflector. This is the basic lens reflector that comes with it. It just goes on the front, and that gives you a nice beam of light. If you have this off, you're just going to fill the whole room with light. This concentrates the light. This is what you're going to use the most. And now you can power it with whatever you want. There's so many ways to power it. Here's a battery. So obviously the battery goes in there. This thing is kind of cool. This is the wall power adapter. Most lights has a brick, and I hate this brick. I always hated the damn brick, and this was the most clunky thing. The cord I could live with, but the brick was the most annoying thing. Here's a cord, no brick, right? That goes right into the back of this thing, and then you plug this right into the wall. No brick. That is so cool. The power adapter is in this thing. So you don't need a brick anymore, just a cord. That is so cool. Next up, we have an NP battery adapter. That goes in here. So now you can use an NP battery, plug it in there, and it's good to go. And yes, this does not cut down the power output of the light. This is just as bright as if you plugged it into the wall. That is so cool. You get full brightness with an NP battery. Next up, we can do USB. So you can have a USB bank. You can plug the USB right into the side of this thing with nothing on the back. And look, it's on. So this is a USB plugging right in here. Look how tiny this thing is. Full power with a USB bank. If you want to use full-time USB, then you can use a wall plug USB. Make sure it is at least 60 watts. This is 100 watts, but make sure it's at least 60 watt, obviously, because this is 60 watt, to charge this thing. So you can plug this in the wall, USB. That's kind of cool. So many fun things here. You can plug a V-mount into this thing, 14 volts right there. You can do V-mount. Some V-mounts have USB coming out of them, so you can plug that into there. There's just so many ways to power this thing. They really thought this thing through. So you have this light on the front, which is your basic lens reflector, and it is magnetic, so you can just plug in anything, stick as many things on there as you want, which is magnetic. All right, or if you don't want the lens reflector, you just want to use this with the magnetic thing, you can plug that on the front and then put a lens magnetic stuff on the front of that, which can be basically anything which is kind of cool. So many combinations. You can use the lens thing with magnetic. That's really cool. It's got a spout, a snoot, which is the exact same snoot that the AD100 uses. That's kind of cool. You got your dome, little tiny soft boxes that are made for this thing. These are, I'm never going to use these. These are so small. I mean, you might as well just, whatever. So if you like little tiny dinky soft boxes, go ahead, get them. But well, this is what I'm excited about is these things. This thing here is a, wow. I mean, this is a searchlight. Like you could hit the sky with this thing. This is a Beamlight S20. This is super powerful. This intensifies your light like a million times. It is so bright. I'll give you the light levels in a minute, but my God, when you put this thing on here, you get a beam of light like across town. It is like searchlights. Put the bat beam, the bat signal in the sky with this thing. That is, that is really cool. But this is big and bulky, and it's for traveling. That's probably not what you're going to want to take. But you know me, I like to have beams of light and intensify the light, get as much light as possible. So they offer this thing here for us travelers. This is a DL5 light, and it's rubber. It looks hard, but it's not, and it pops out. That's kind of cool. And it has a lens that you replace in the front. It's just a plastic lens. So to use that, you got to put this on there first, and then you make sure these things are out. This then goes on there. Then you tighten it. Now it's on. All right. So now you have a portable. Wow. This thing is. You think this is bright? You should see this thing in action. This is a parallel beam intensifier, massive laser beam frying thing. As you can see on the back here, it has your degrees. So you go from 15 to 30. Okay, well, when you put Fresnel on the front of it, it's the opposite. When you're 30 degrees, you get a really small, highly concentrated bright spot. When you put it at 15 degrees, you get a wider spot. Both of them are super bright. It is just insane how bright this thing is when you have this thing on here. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this, which I hope Godox will fix, is this is rubber, and it's kind of like right here, this seam. I can tell if I go like this a few times, this is going to start cracking. It's so thin, I can almost put my fingernail through that. So I hope they make this a little bit not as, this is not going to last long. The other thing I don't like is this plastic lens, which it comes with two lenses. Here's one, and here's another one. This one is a really, really fine Fresnel. This is a more coarser, more intense Fresnel. This one softens a little bit. This one's more of a focusing lens. So they give you these two options, and then you have to pick which one you want, and you have to put it in here. So it's not that easy to get it in here when you're doing this. And the one thing I noticed is when I did this yesterday, it took me 5 minutes to do it. My fingernail, it accidentally slipped, and it scratched like across this thing. It's so easy to scratch. It's just plastic. It just a fingernail can scratch it. That's the thing. But, well, whatever. It still works. It just frustrated me. The first day I get this brand new thing and my fingernail scratches the lens, but trying to get this thing in here is quite the adventure. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Is this the same front as the AD100? Yes, it is. It's the same, magnetic front size and everything. So you can fit, actually, Pro Photo magnetic click stuff on here. So I know some of you are going to ask, well, what about the click Fresnel that I use with the AD100? Will that intensify it? Actually, this is kind of interesting. This is so well thought out that when you put this on here, it actually lowers the light. It doesn't intensify it. And when you put the Click Magnum on there, which is really cool looking, it actually lowers the light also. So this doesn't really intensify the light. Now, I know why some of you are saying, why don't you take this off and put on the bare thing? It's like that. It's actually no better than when you use the lens reflector that it comes with. They thought this out already. You don't need anything other than Godox supplied stuff. I know some of you are asking, will the original ML60 stuff like this thing, is this the same mount? No, it's not. This is not the same mount as the, wait, that's the AD100. See, I'm already confusing them. This is different than the AD300, 400 mount, which is different than the MS60 mount, unfortunately. So you cannot mount the AD300 softboxes on this. It's a different mount. But because it's the same as an AD100, this is where I got so excited. You can take, this is so cool. Now, this is a real softbox. My favorite flip series, there's so many versions of this, but you can just take your, look at that. You can take your MS or RS60 and put it right into a flip softbox. Same size, same adapter as, that's an AD100 right there. So yes, you can do that. It's just so cool. Anything, there's a flip 32, 24, 20, all different sizes. And then when you're ready to go for traveling, now I'm pretty sure, I think Glow has a version of this on Adorama. I'm sure Godox is going to make a version of this at some point. I hope they do. But yeah, so now you can have real good size softboxes with this light. And they thought of everything. This is just so cool. So let's get into the light levels here. The basic lens reflector that it comes with at 6 feet is 4.04. Without the lens reflector, it's 1.45. It softly fills the entire wall. With the big beam light S20 searchlight, it's up to 8. That's pretty amazing. It's like from 4.04 to 8. If you use the rubber DL5 and you set it to 30 degrees, which is the tiny spot, you're getting 11. So you went from 4.04 to 11. Even at 12 feet away, it's brighter than the stock lens reflector. And I was always looking for something that can create a narrow beam of light that can focus on a face. How does it compare to other lights? Glad you asked. Okay, well, how does it compare with light level compared to the Zhiyun 100, the 60, the Inkies? Well, let me tell you, the MS/RS is, if I have it at 6 feet, 1/60th ISO 100, blah, 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 it's the right reading of 4.04, okay? So these are 4.04 with the basic lens that it comes with. The powerful Zhiyun 100 is 4.06. So this is 4.04, this is 4.06. This has the battery attached to it, built into it, the lens, everything. This is annoying, but almost the exact same light levels. Okay, this cute little Zhiyun G60 is 2.86, but there's no battery attached, so that sucks. And my favorite well-making 80 watt is 2.87, which is half a stop less. I still love the well-making, but it doesn't have all the features the new Godox does. The Inky 60 watt, so this is 4.04, the Inky 60 is 4.01. But if you put a Fresnel on the Inky, now it's going up, now you're getting into 5.64. So, but look at the size difference between the two. This is 4.04, this is 5.62. So yeah, this is a lot heavier and it's bigger. And if you do the Inky 30, if you put the Fresnel on it, then you have the exact same light level as this, 4.04. So an Inky 30 with the Fresnel is the same output, light intensity output as this, but look at the size difference. And holding these, the Inky is heavier. And the Inky has a built-in battery. So that's the one thing that I'm dreading sometime in the future. I don't know if you can replace these batteries because they're built into these things. So that makes me sad to think that I have to deal with that at some point because I love the Inkies. But these, if the battery goes bad, no big deal. You just take it off and put on another one. It's just like so amazingly genius. I love it. I love it. I love it. They've taken everything that I've been playing with for the last 3 years and they read my mind and they said, okay, we're going to have batteries that you can take off and replace. You can do all different ways of powering it, make it small like an AD100. You can put a Fresnel on there. You can put all kinds of attachments, softboxes and everything. Look at how tiny this thing is. Look at that. So here's my new portable going out in the world video vlogging kit with 2 lights, a camera, tripod, light stands, everything right here. Check this out. So there you go, 2 lights and a camera and 3 stands all fitting into this little tiny bag, my portable vlogging setup. They come with the same bracket that the AD100 and 200 and all the other Godox lights come with, which to me is kind of big and clunky. With these little things, because it's about the same size as an AD100, you can just use a ball head to put onto a, look at that. That's all you need to mount these things onto a light stand. If you're in any way serious about your craft, you might want to consider getting this. It's a whole kit. It's a 2K kit. It's got 2 lights in it, and it's fully loaded for pretty much everything you would ever need. It has 2 lights already with the bracket attached in it. It has all kinds of diffusion filters, and there's actually a chart here that shows you the diffusion angles that they go at. You can see they're color coded here. So that's really cool. I got 2 sets of those. A couple of SZL2 mini focusing beams, a couple of batteries. But wait, there's more. 2 more batteries. This screws onto the back of this, or actually plugs into the back of this. So you can actually plug the light into a normal light socket, like a light. And actually you can take this lens comes off so you can have a wider beam if you want. So this is a light bulb. You can just plug this into a thing and it will activate as a light bulb. If you want to have a more focused beam, then you put your modifier choice on it. You can put a dome on there, which makes it more of a light bulb, or you can put a diffuser on there. But wait, there's more. Here we have a softbox. It's a cute little softbox. And we have barn doors and the splitter cables. You can run 4 lights off of 1 power cord. You have a snoot. This is just like the AD100 set. But wait, there's another pouch under here with the second little softbox. This is an octa softbox. So you got a square and an octa. This is a common plug power cord that sticks in the back here. And it's a pretty long cord. Check this out. Look how long that cord is. Nice little set. This is the 2K set. 2 lights. So this is $329. This is $199. The RGB versions, the MS is $429. The RS is $259. The MS and RS60bi versions go from $2,800 to $6,500. The RGB versions go from $1,800 to $10,000. So you get a wider range from orange to blue, from tungsten to daylight, but the bi version is more color accurate. It's got a little bit higher CRI. It's like 97 instead of 95. But yeah, I mean, you can go from 1,800 to 10,000 on the RGB version. That's kind of cool. As for fan noise, I've been using these for over 2 weeks now, and I haven't heard a fan come on once. I finally got what I asked for. I have little AD100 size lights that I can use for video when I'm traveling. Put a couple of these in my kit, my little bag pouch thing. I got 1 on each side here, and I'm good to go. I mean, I'm really happy. They made it affordable. Now I don't need half the stuff in my studio. It's sad, but exciting at the same time. Is there anything I don't like about it? Well, the readout says either the color or the light intensity, but I wish it would say both at the same time. I wish it say, at least it would say the light intensity all the time, so I can always tell how bright the light is set at. And the other thing is, sometimes the batteries can pop off too easily if you bang it too hard, so you got to be careful and not bang them around too much. Maybe they can find a way to secure it better. And the thin rubber seam on the DL5, which I feel is going to crack any day now. And I wish they used a tougher plastic or glass lens. My final thing is they crammed so much stuff on the surface of this thing, you can't find the on-off switch. I wish they'd make it like yellow or something. And it's on the opposite side of the screen. I wish they'd have the on-off switch near the screen. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that I don't like about it. I really am excited about being able to do videos while I'm traveling that don't require plugs and walls and heavy batteries. If you travel, you know how people are saying, well, you know, the thing could accidentally turn on and catch a fire in an airplane. Well, no problem. You just take the battery off. This is how you travel. You separate the light from the battery. So great. All right, I'm happy. Marcus is happy. Godox, you did it. Thank you.